everyone. So I will be going to Los Angeles next week and I kind of need some help with style. So I'm going for promotion for season 2 of Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, and I'm trying to kind of nail down a couple of outfits. So I will let y'all vote on an outfit that y'all like best to wear to Los Angeles. I have a couple of ideas that I'll be wearing, but whatever y'all choose will be a definite outfit that I will wear while in Los Angeles.
You imagine plotting your mom's murder and then coming on the internet and saying, I'm going to LA next week. What should I wear to talk about how I unalived my mom?
If you look very closely at the very end of her showing her first outfit, she tugs on the skirt to pull it up. And there is a weird lumpy thing where her belly button should be. It looks like it's the store's security monitor still attached to the skirt.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard's comeback tour is looking more like a PR train wreck, and her latest move has the internet collectively side-eyeing her. After that wild Post Malone concert appearance where some not-so-little parole violations may have been accidentally exposed, public scrutiny has been at an all-time high. She tried doing damage control, hopping on live streams to explain herself, but instead of putting out the fire, she just turned it into a full-blown inferno. And now, in what feels like a last-ditch effort straight from the celebrity PR playbook, she's packing her bags for LA to promote Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup Season 2. But is this a smart career move, or just a desperate attempt to change the conversation? Spoiler alert, it's giving desperation. To distract from all the drama, Gypsy decided to let her fans help her pick outfits for her trip. Sounds innocent, right? Wrong. This wasn't just a cute little help me choose a fit moment. This was a textbook distraction technique. Instead of addressing the real issue, she turned the convo into which dress should I wear? Like she's some kind of reality TV Cinderella? And let's be real, when you're under public fire, playing dress up isn't exactly the power move you think it is. Now, here's where things get interesting. While she's out here trying to rebrand as America's sweetheart, there's already another scandal brewing. And this one could really ruin the image she's trying to sell. And before we get into that, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications because, trust me, you don't want to miss the next update because by the end of this video, we're diving into the alleged accusation that Gypsy was caught stealing at a shop. Yeah, you heard that right. First, she's out here allegedly breaking parole, and now she's out here possibly boosting. What's next? A Bonnie and Clyde reboot?
She's wild. There's no way I would have set my mom up and did what she did and then get on the internet and say, let me know what you guys think. What is happening? America, what are we doing? Why are we praising this girl that unalived her mom for sausage, lied about abuse, was part of scamming and frauding, used a man with autism, a low IQ, and he was collecting permanent disability. And she is still using him and manipulating him while he's in prison.
She made it look like just another casual everyday moment, picking out an outfit, asking fans for their thoughts, playing up the relatable charm. But let's be real, this was anything but ordinary. If you've been paying attention, you'd notice a pattern. Whenever the heat is on, she has a go-to playbook: divert, distract, and dominate the narrative.
So as we all know, Gypsy Rose made a new X account and she has posted a picture earlier today, which is this picture right here. So this is the first photo that she posted, and she put #sexy with her tatas all in the photo. But then I got on Reddit and everybody was talking about go look at her Twitter now. So I went on Twitter and what do you know? She posted another photo. And I don't even know what to say because, like, is she trying to get attention? I honestly feel like maybe her and Ken really did break up. But I would have never posted a picture like that. Especially, I mean, maybe her stomach or something, but like with your tatas like hanging out to the floor. That's kind of weird. I don't know. But I'm going to show you the picture now. This, my friends, is the new post. Posted not that long ago. I don't know what to say. I mean, she must think she looks good. I don't know. I mean, me personally, after having a baby, like, I may have shown some people my stomach, like, oh, I'm so proud, my stomach's getting flat again, or whatever. But to post it on social media and with your boobies hanging out of your t-shirt like that, that just screams, like, look at me. like a pick-me girl. Like, girl, put your shirt down. You're a grown woman. You're a mama. Gosh, y'all. And there's people out there that actually like this girl and kids that look up to this girl. It's sick.
Instead of addressing the elephant in the room, she shifts the conversation to something light, something harmless, something that keeps fans engaged but steers clear of the real issue. This time, the distraction came in the form of a wardrobe decision. By pulling her audience into the seemingly innocent task of choosing an outfit, she wasn't just including them. She was strategically redirecting the discussion. Instead of difficult questions flooding her comments, she had her followers debating colors, styles, and aesthetics. It was a masterclass in controlling the conversation, ensuring that the buzz around her stayed upbeat and on her terms. Loyal fans, of course, ate it up. After all, who doesn't love feeling like they're a part of their favorite celebrity's life? But beneath the surface, it was clear. This wasn't just about fashion. It was about shaping the narrative, keeping the focus on curated feel-good moments while the real controversy simmered just out of frame.
So yesterday, Gypsy took to Instagram to let us know that she has an upcoming interview in Los Angeles. In that video, she asked us to take a poll of 3 outfits. She said that the one with the highest collective vote, she will be wearing on the interview. And the results are in. Check it out. So if you voted for outfit number 2, this is your lucky day. Gypsy Rose may be on parole, but she's not letting that get her down. Girl.
For years, Gypsy has been an expert at shifting the narrative when things get uncomfortable. Whenever headlines get too messy, she pivots, whether it's by talking about her love life, playing up family drama, or hinting at some vague new opportunity. But this time, the controversy isn't just whispers on social media. It's a full-blown scandal caught in 4K. The cracks in her carefully curated image are getting harder to ignore, and people are starting to question if her usual tactics will be enough to save her. It all started with what seemed like an innocent night out. A post-parole celebration, nothing out of the ordinary. But the second people saw the footage, everything changed. Gypsy was caught drinking, smoking, and even gambling, all clear violations of her parole. And the kicker? She wasn't secretly filmed. She exposed herself on her own live stream. She wasn't being set up. There was no hidden camera. She willingly broadcasted her own rule-breaking in front of thousands of viewers. The internet erupted.
So I was doing some research today and I thought I'd share it with you guys. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, I just wanted to know. Like, what can happen? So this says, when can a schmurder be charged as a federal crime? When the schmurder involves using the mail to send deadly agents, like a knife. And this says, yes, you can be charged federally after being convicted and sentenced by the state for the same crime. However, I think that this little nugget was my favorite. Different or more serious charges. If new evidence emerges showing that they were more involved, such as directly participating in schmurder, they could potentially be charged with a different, more serious crime. Double jeopardy applies only to the same offense, not new or separate charges. Plea agreement terms. Some plea deals include clauses requiring full honesty. If the person misrepresented their involvement, prosecutors might argue fraud in the plea deal, potentially invalidating it and allowing new charges. And I love that at the bottom it says, if this is a real-life situation, consulting a criminal defense attorney is crucial in understanding the specifics.
People weren't just shocked that she was violating parole. They were stunned by how casual she was about it. There was no attempt to hide her actions, no hesitation, no concern about the consequences. It was as if she was untouchable, as if the rules simply didn't apply to her. Viewers immediately started asking the real questions. Where is her parole officer? Why is she being allowed to get away with this? If it were anyone else, would they already be back behind bars? And that's where the outrage really took off. It's not just about Gypsy's choices. It's about the glaring double standard. Most parolees have to walk on eggshells, but here's Gypsy, openly violating her conditions with zero fear of repercussions. People are demanding answers. And for once, Gypsy might not be able to change the conversation fast enough. With every new controversy, her ability to steer the narrative gets weaker. The question is, will she finally be held accountable? Or will she once again slip through the cracks?
Gypsy Rose claps back after being called out for being a mother of a newborn and going to a concert. A Kenless Gypsy recently attended a Post Malone concert where she live streamed. In between showing us her outfit, taking selfies with alleged fans, and being grateful for the tight security, taking pictures of gawkers, and complaining about having to wait in line, people were commenting on her live stream and her page, calling her out for being a new mother of a newborn and having a night out on the town. Her responses were lengthy, so I'm going to speed it up. She was spending quality time with family. Am I supposed to keep her from her family? Am I supposed to just keep her all to myself and not socialize her with close family? I have not had her attached to me all of a few hours out of the last month. Hardly all of the time. Clearly, you are not a mother, because if you were, you would understand how isolating the first month of motherhood is, and how becoming a new mother comes with many stressors, and most women lose their self-identity in the first month. So if you're trying to shame me for having a good mental health standing and a wonderful support system, well then shame on me for being a good mom that takes care of her own mental health enough to where I could go back home, burp her, change her, and feed her. So I rely on family to babysit for a few hours, and then it's back to the grind of taking care of my sweet baby girl. I was back that night and fed her, changed her, and laid her on my chest, burped her, sang to her a lullaby, and then put her to bed.
For many former inmates, parole is a minefield of strict curfews, random drug tests, and rigid rules designed to keep them in check. Yet, Gypsy was out living it up at a concert, seemingly floating past restrictions without consequences. Her carefree attitude didn't just rub people the wrong way, it ignited public frustration. While she enjoyed herself, others on parole were walking on eggshells, afraid that the smallest misstep could send them right back to prison. The contrast was glaring, and it raised serious questions about whether she was getting special treatment. Some speculated that her media presence and public sympathy played a role in her apparent free pass, while others demanded accountability. This wasn't just a minor slip-up, it was a moment that solidified growing skepticism about Gypsy's post-prison behavior. Rather than laying low and proving she had changed, she seemed to be testing the limits of what she could get away with. As more people began calling out the justice system for its inaction, the controversy only grew. And just when the parole debate couldn't get any louder, Gypsy landed herself in another mess, this time a legal one. She was accused of cyberstalking after reposting a live stream that doxed content creator Becca Scoops. The stream, originally posted by Gypsy's best friend Bree, exposed Becca's personal information: her real name, children, family details, marriage, even her job. But Gypsy didn't just watch from the sidelines, she shared it with her 9.6 million followers, amplifying the exposure and potentially putting Becca in danger. With backlash mounting and legal implications looming, one thing is clear: Gypsy's post-prison life is anything but quiet. The question is, how much longer can she keep pushing boundaries before it all catches up to her?
I think it's important for creators like Becca Scoops, Toddy One Skip, and different other creators to continue to research. Is that at any given point, if they find something, if Nick's story changes and somehow there's more evidence to support it, it's not over. How many true crime documentaries do you watch where people think they get away with something and then one day they just don't? Of course, there's the reoffend theory, but still. And I don't actually know what her plea agreement said. Maybe I need to look at that. But if she wasn't being honest, there's a loophole. She sent through the mail. That's federal. She crossed state lines, although I'm not really sure that that would be anything. But regardless, with enough evidence, at some point, something probably could be done. Especially if they prove that she had more to do with it than what she's claiming. And with all the bright, beautiful brains out there and people that are passionate about justice, I think it'll happen one day. Call me crazy. She should be scared because she's out here bragging, basically, being so unsympathetic and just narcissistic to what she's done, that one day it's going to catch up with her. Shouldn't have let that pride get to you, girl. And you should have heeded a lot of warnings, because I just feel it. I just know it's not over.
For someone who spent years under the control of others, you'd think Gypsy would steer clear of using her platform to control the narrative around her. But nope. Instead, she's allegedly used an electronic device to intimidate and harass someone critical of her, which, by legal definition, could fall under cyberstalking. And the internet? Oh, they clocked that real quick. Many pointed out the wild irony. Gypsy, who once orchestrated a crime through social media, is now weaponizing it against someone else. If that's not a plot twist, I don't know what is. Legal experts and social media sleuths immediately started dissecting the situation. Some argued she should face repercussions, while others speculated that, much like her past parole violations, she'd probably find a way to slide out of it. But whether or not she faces consequences, one thing's for sure, her credibility just took a major hit. The whole "I've changed, I swear" narrative, yeah, people aren't buying it like they used to. So how does Gypsy and her team handle all this heat? Do they issue a sincere apology? Address it head on? Nah. They pull the classic PR distraction move, announcing a promotional tour for Life After Lockup. Because apparently, the best way to prove you're reformed is to promote your reality TV show. But now, I gotta ask, what do y'all think? Is Gypsy just making mistakes like any regular person, or are we watching a real-life villain origin story? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I need to know where y'all stand on this one. And if you're enjoying the tea so far, go ahead and smash that like button. It helps a lot. But don't go anywhere because we have more to spill, and trust me, you're gonna want to hear this. Keep watching till the very end.
So apparently Gypsy Rose is back in her trying to be an influencer era because she is posting all of her get ready with me or pick an outfit for me things on her social media. I think she posted it on IG, if I'm correct. But didn't she say she was going to stay off the internet? Like, is this supposed to be a work related post? Because it's not giving work. And you say you're going on another trip. Like, what parole officer lets you go on that many trips? Not to mention, she's sitting there saying in the video, oh, we might go to the beach, we might do this, we might do that. It doesn't sound very work related to me. I mean, what is she going to do? Another news broadcast where she tells a bunch of lies, or a podcast full of lies? Like, I don't get it. How is her parole officer okay with this? I'm not understanding. I haven't been in contact or trying to be in contact with the parole board for like 2 or 3 days now, and I can't get in touch with nobody. I've left numerous messages. I've called the actual parole board. I know who to call and what to do because my ex was incarcerated the majority of our relationship, so I know who to call, what to do. And I'm in the middle of that process, so there's reasons behind it, but I won't go into details because I don't want to spill the beans because that'll just give her more insight, and I don't want that. But yeah, so what do y'all think? Outfit number 1, number 2, or number 3? And she definitely has issues finding shoes because every time she goes out in public, her shoes are horrendous. Like, if I had to pick one, it would have been outfit number 2 with different shoes. But Gypsy, you're not an influencer. You're an unaliber. Who do you think you are? Girl, like, nobody, at least I and a lot of other people, don't care. We don't care. We don't want to see you. Get off social media if you want to be private, like you complain and whine about, you and Kendra. Like, y'all want to be so private, but yet you're on social media giving us stuff to talk about. And I know why, because you want the attention. Duh. So, girl, please. Girl, bye.
Gypsy's attempt to shift the narrative might be the final straw that turns even her remaining supporters against her. Social media is already on fire with commentary exposing the discrepancies in how Gypsy is treated versus how others in similar situations are handled. Discussion videos, news articles, and entire Reddit threads are dissecting her every move, pointing out that while she's busy hyping up her next reality TV venture, people are still waiting for her to address the growing list of questionable actions she's swept under the rug. And the more she tries to pivot toward her fresh start, the angrier people get. This isn't even the first time Gypsy has tried to use a PR stunt to drown out controversy. When she released My Time to Stand, the timing was already suspicious, coinciding with public scrutiny over her inconsistent pregnancy story and her decision to keep personal content hidden behind a paywall. Instead of winning people over, the book flopped spectacularly. Many refused to buy it, opting to listen to free audiobooks or wait for detailed reviews instead of spending money on something they were already skeptical about. What should have been a comeback moment turned into yet another example of how Gypsy's attempts at rebranding often backfire. Even her TV appearances aren't working in her favor. When she popped up on WeTV, audiences were quick to call out the network for giving her a platform, with many threatening to boycott the channel altogether. It's becoming increasingly clear that the more Gypsy tries to sell her story, the more people question whether she's really learned anything or if she's just capitalizing on infamy. Now, with her latest reality show rollout, she's running the risk of making things even worse. If she refuses to acknowledge the backlash and continues pushing an image that feels more curated than authentic, she could end up alienating not just her critics, but also the people who once rooted for her. Instead of a fresh start, this PR strategy could be the one that officially tanks her reputation for good. The public isn't just skeptical, they're actively rejecting her. And her latest attempt at damage control? It's only making things worse. Her interview with Kyle Lowry was supposed to boost her credibility, but instead, It backfired spectacularly. Lori, who likely thought she was scoring a big exclusive, ended up losing some of her own fan base just for giving Gypsy a platform. That alone speaks volumes. Every attempt Gypsy makes to rewrite her story only strengthens the perception that she's still the same master manipulator people once accused her of being. And this time, the stakes are even higher. The scrutiny is relentless, and for good reason. Gypsy has openly violated parole, engaged in cyberstalking, and continues to twist the narrative in her favor. Yet somehow, she expects the public to ignore all of that and focus on her upcoming reality show. The timing couldn't be worse. People aren't buying the act anymore, and the idea of fans fawning over her outfits and gushing over her newfound freedom while she sidesteps accountability is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. It's tone-deaf, out of touch, and only adding fuel to the fire. The backlash isn't just about Gypsy, it's about the bigger picture. While others in similar situations face immediate and severe consequences, she's managing to walk free time and time again. Her ability to evade real repercussions while others are held accountable has created a growing sense of resentment. Many feel the system is shielding her from facing justice, exposing a glaring double standard. And social media is lighting up with one burning question: how is she getting away with it? On top of everything else, she's facing shoplifting allegations. That's right. Just when people thought her credibility couldn't sink any lower, rumors are swirling that Gypsy has been caught up in yet another scandal. And if the public was already side-eyeing her redemption arc, this latest accusation might just be the final nail in the coffin. The internet is in shambles over this. For someone trying to rebrand as a changed woman, getting tangled up in shoplifting allegations is a disastrous look. It only fuels the growing belief that Gypsy hasn't changed at all, that she's still playing the system, still bending the rules, and still expecting to get away with it. What started as skepticism is quickly morphing into full-blown outrage, with more and more people calling her entire comeback a sham. And let's not forget, Gypsy's entire rebrand hinges on the idea that she's taking accountability, that she's moving forward with a clean slate. But how does that narrative hold up when she's now being accused of stealing? It raises an uncomfortable question. Is Gypsy's story of transformation just another act? And if so, how long can she keep it up before everything comes crashing down?
Gypsy Rose, we are worried about the baby. There are growing concerns among many for Gypsy Rose's baby, Aurora, particularly regarding the possibility that she may have inherited 1Q21.1 microdeletion. Some people worry that Gypsy Rose might be in denial or ignoring the possible medical concerns. In a recent live stream, Gypsy Rose said that Aurora normally doesn't coo, but makes a snorting sound instead, and how surprised she was when the baby made a coo sound while watching a Disney movie.
Ever made before, like the majority of the time she snorts, so it's like like that, but this was like a little coo. It was like
She was so surprised, laughing, and thought it was funny. However, as I've touched on a little bit in a prior video, this could be a symptom of infant pulmonary sleep apnea, which is also a symptom of the 1Q21.1. So the information I'm going to share is in regards to the microdeletion testing. In a live stream, Gypsy said that she had the NIPT test done while pregnant and it came out clear.
so. Actually, I've already had the I forgot what it's called, but it is a blood test to test for any genetic abnormalities, and that test has come back. Thankfully, no genetic abnormalities. The baby is healthy. I'm very happy to say that. It was, yes, maternity 21 or something.
While the NIPT test can detect some chromosomal disorders like Down syndrome or even some small microdeletions, but cannot test for 1Q21.1, which is what she has. My concern is that Gypsy Rose might avoid pursuing further testing for her daughter's symptoms, because pursuing testing and treatment would further validate Dee Dee's concerns and Dee Dee seeking out medical treatment for Gypsy.
We have anxious ant crimes to thank for this latest tea. Y'all better check out their channel and hit that subscribe button because they and their viewer caught something that might have gone unnoticed. So 2 videos ago, they uploaded footage of Gypsy's changing room fashion show, where she showed off her outfits. But one eagle-eyed viewer, Tawny6569, pointed out something suspicious. Something that had them doing a double take. At the end of Gypsy showing her first outfit, she tugs at her skirt, and that's when it happens. There's a weird lumpy shape right where her belly button should be. And according to Tawny, it straight up looks like one of those store security tags still attached to the skirt. Yes, you read that right. A whole anti-theft device allegedly just chilling there, making a guest appearance at the Gypsy fashion show. Now, at first, Anxious Ant Crimes didn't think much of it, but when they went back to check, things got interesting. They found another moment earlier in the video where Gypsy pulls at her skirt, and boom! There it is again. So, was this just a trick of the eye, or was there really something attached to that outfit? And if it was a security tag, well, that raises a whole new set of questions. Of course, this is all speculation, and we gotta hit y'all with the classic allegedly. But let's not forget, Gypsy has been selling off a ton of her stuff lately. Could this be a coincidence? Or does this mean something more? Optical illusion or actual evidence of a little 5-finger discount? You tell us. And again, shout out to Anxious Ant Crimes for catching this. Go check out their channel and let them know we sent you.
We put up a video of Gypsy's fashion show. And one of you guys noticed, and I was like, ooh, I love it. Tawny 6569.
Yes.
She noticed something a little bit dodgy about Gypsy's attire. Love this, Tawny, because I took it lightly. Because I responded back to you, Tawny, and I just took it lightly. I didn't realise. I didn't look deep enough.
She didn't bother to look.
No. Read the comments,
so she
Mars.
says, if you look very closely at the very end of her showing her first outfit, she tugs on the skirt to pull it up. And there is a weird lumpy thing where her belly button should be. It looks like it's the store's security monitor still attached to the skirt. And yeah, she didn't want anyone's approval on what she would wear, on what she should wear. She just needed more attention and once again,
more time away from the baby. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But yeah, the security. Now that was interesting. I'm like, what do you mean there's a security monitor on a
Yeah,
skirt?
I thought you were joking.
Yeah.
I think it's a joke. And then Ladi emailed us. Thank you, Ladi. Said, no,
And
take
showed
a
us
look
the
at
picture.
this. I was like, oh.
We're like, what is
I'm
this?
sorry I didn't take you seriously, Tawny. I'm
here's the
sorry.
picture.
Take a look at this.
Look at that.
Look at that. What is that little white
And we're
thing
like,
popping to the
What
surface?
is this? What is this?
What is this?
Anyway, I went back. I had to go and look at the video again because I got to see it more.
Yeah.
And I went back, and it is this part here. If you see, before this, like this is at the end of the video. So halfway through the video, there's also this. She pulls it again.
Yeah.
And you do see the belly button. So,
Ooh.
is it an optical illusion, or was there a tag there and it somehow popped up?
Yeah, it popped up. Yeah.
So I don't know. It could. I feel like maybe, probably, most likely, it's just an optical illusion. That is just the belly button. It looks, but then, like when you look at it, it does look like a lump. It looks weird.
What is that?
It's
I
a different
can't
colour
believe it.
too. That's the thing. It's whiter than her stomach,
What is that?
so it's weird. I don't know.
And Gypsy's selling everything off at the moment, isn't she, Mars? So
That's what I
maybe
mean,
she
that's
needs
what-
the money and she has to take, you
It's
know?
what I mean, it's not a stretch if she's pinched something because she needs the money. She needs stuff. to
Allegedly,
clothe.
of course.
Allegedly.
That's what
Yep, people are out here analyzing Gypsy Rose Blanchard's stomach like it's the Zapruder film, trying to figure out if that little mark is just a scar or something much more mysterious. And let's be real, Gypsy isn't exactly shy about stirring up some controversy, especially with Life After Lockup Season 2 right around the corner. Some say it's just a scar, others think it's an optical illusion. But either way, this is the kind of nitpicking we live for. Oh, and let's not forget the fake tan inconsistencies, because apparently her stomach and her hands are living in 2 different seasons. Now, let's shift gears to Ryan. Y'all, I can't decide if people feel bad for him or if they just love having a new reason to roast Gypsy. Some fans say she did him dirty, while others argue that Ryan set himself up the moment he slid into the DMs of a woman literally famous for killing her mom. Like, sir, what outcome were you expecting here? A Hallmark movie? Either way, he's been speaking out more, and it's clear he's not done having his moment. Which brings us to the biggest logistical nightmare of all, Gypsy's promo tour. She's about to be out here doing interviews, appearances, and probably selling signed prison jumpsuits. But what about the baby? Will Ken be traveling with her? Is the baby staying with Christy? With Mia? Is the baby just chilling with Netflix's legal team until further notice? Because nobody seems to have answers. And let's be real, Gypsy said the baby would be kept out of the media, but at this point, even TMZ is confused. Oh, and speaking of promo tours, is Ryan about to start one too? Because apparently he's planning a meet and greet in Vegas. Whether that's for clout or just an excuse to party in Sin City, who knows? But I'm just saying, if he starts selling signed prison love letters, we're officially living in a simulation. Anyway, what do y'all think? Is that a belly button, a scar, or an actual anti-theft device? Is Ryan about to become the next Bachelor? And most importantly, who's babysitting this child? Drop your theories in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and click one of the videos on screen to keep spiraling down this chaotic drama with us. Because trust me, this rabbit hole goes deep,